say when there are no words? Feel a song that's never been heard. How do you know when you hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, 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 cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining sea. Ball, cannonball. What do you do when the mountain is there? How do you answer the challenging day? And when your back's against the wall, what do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball, cannonball, cannonball. It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use it. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, mile after mile, feeling free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em roll, from sea to shining sea.
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing Project CARS to GT3 League Season 11, round number 3, here at the Nordschliefe and Nurburgring combined. My name is King-Kodiak, and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box soon is going to be AOR stalwart Andrex, but he is in with the drivers at the moment because we are doing a manual grid order because this round is not going to have a qualifying session. If I get rid of the track image, we are looking at the drivers as they currently sit on the grid. This is going to be reverse championship order. This is going to be a 90-minute race, which works out to be around about 11 laps. And once everyone's confirmed their setups and what have you, it's going to be reverse championship order. We're looking at Capo at the moment. He leads the championship by winning both rounds at Algarve and at Silverstone, and he leads on 101 points at the moment, so he will start at the back of the field. He leads by 25 points over Dopey 401. He is in the field somewhere. So now we're heading down to field. Ignore the lights when they count down. I think no one's going to move. We'll have a little bit of shuffling going on. We'll have the field sort of part the waves, as I call it, to leave as big a gap in the middle of the racetrack as possible, so no one damages anybody, because there's a damn long way back to the pits on this circuit. You can see a few people moving forward. There was S4 Howie. There's Zero Stefan. He is going to be heading forwards to take his position at the head of the field in the black and green Lamborghini. Zero Stefan finds himself in 28th in the championship overall, missing the first round and not scoring in the last round at Silverstone. Right behind him is Shaggy Dan in. Is that a Bentley he's in? Hello, Kaliwan. Hello, Smolder. Good to see you in the chat. Welcome aboard. Oh no, it's the BMW. I was just thinking, I thought that was the Bentley for a second that was following Zero Stefan. Of course, Shaggy Dan. That is the M6. So Zero Stefan's going to hold here, and they will wait for the field to basically get around and form up properly. Trip is the next. Lamborghini just coming into position there in third. Then you have got, I don't know everybody by their abbreviated names, and I am not in control of the cameras. That is Andrex that is doing that particular part. Hello F1 Racer, good to see you, and hello to all those that are joining us in the chat. Always welcome to see any and all. That's of course PC Tier 2. For anyone that is familiar with seeing me on the Tier 1 side, that is Fizzy and Yorkie. That's got the Tier 1 guys. Me and Andrex have got the Tier 2 guys. You can see the grid is beginning to form. Once Andrex has called out everybody's name, once they have formed in approximate grid order, we will then have a rolling start. Now, they're not going to do an entire lap. There is Neptune in the red McLaren. He did pretty well at Silverstone. Where did Neptune fall? Just quickly check. He's actually 10th with a 14th and a 7th. So a lovely solid midfield spot for him. There as for Howie, he'll be towards the back of the field. And WMDR Martin in the black and white Lamborghini. Wow, really throwing that car around. It's semi-pointless at the moment warming their tires because they are going to be sat still until all cars have been called. There is Neptune then getting underway, along with that Storm in the white and pink Lamborghini ahead. Pity gets underway in one of the Audis, along with Trip, as previously mentioned, in the black and red Lambo. Midweek Coma, Hot Wheels liveried Mercedes, Migzorn, Audi, now starts to leave. As you can see, there's not many cars waiting to go. Grease Monkey, someone's revving their engine. He'll look like it was Grease Monkey. He stuck the foot down, forgot to change gear, it would say. Door in the Audi then now underway as well. Murph 87 in the Porsche with Dopey and then Capo to finish off the field. There he goes. We have 24 drivers with us this evening, so that's jumping up to the back to the front of the field. And as you can see then at the top of the shot where the rest of the field, oh, Mazda in there forming up in 10th position, and Capo was closing in rather quickly at the tail of the field there. Zero Stefan now is going to lead the field away. So everyone then can now start warming up their tyres. This, of course, would happen under normal conditions, but of course they don't have the qualifying session. They don't have the formation lap in the traditional sense. There's the Ripper that is going to start in third, right behind Shaggy Dan in the M6. Ripper in the lime green and the black Lamborghini. TM Touring in fourth in the black and green Mercedes with Exodus in the lime green Lambo. After Exodus is J. Cool in, is that the ACR livery? It is indeed, that's the Actrolevision liveried Audi. Sixth position, TBW, the lead coordinator in the silver Mercedes in seventh with LX. Now that's not a name I'm familiar with, so welcome to you. Is that Acura he's in? I got
yes,
top.
Indeed.
Andrex rejoins me. Hello, good sir. Glad to have you with us. Yeah, I was surprised to see the Acura. I'm not familiar with the name LX. Is that a rename of someone?
New to me. That's new to me, unless it is indeed a change.
Mazda in ninth then in the black Lamborghini. They have formed. Where is the acceleration point? I forgot to look.
It is literally just coming down to this right-hand kink on the next sort of main street.
Aha. There is S4 Howie in the Z4 with Flask in the M6 behind.
I have to change my voice. And
there they go then. We are racing here at Nords. As you obviously the pack have got to be very, very careful. Very long way to go. Jumping up to the front of the field. Sarah Stefan, of course, having the advantage of being able to get the hammer down when he feels like it. Coming through the VDOT chicane for the first time. That switch alongside Ripper. It's lost that particular position. I think, they're still side by side. They don't come through the cut through onto the Nords. I need to get my Nords track map ready. There is Lindholtz in the Lamborghini 12th position. Look at the side-by-side Neptune in that red McLaren with, I'm not entirely certain who that is right with him. It's Storm, I think.
Coleman, yeah.
Midweek Homer is in that mixture as well in the Hot Wheels and coloured Mercedes. Now, of course, those at the back are traditionally going to be having to find a way to storm through, but Nords is such a notoriously difficult track to overtake on, and this is going to be quite, I think we might be in for a race of attrition here, but we will see.
Indeed. It's okay. Championship leader at the moment is gained 1 position for them, starting at the back.
Oh, Zero Stefan already fallen to the back.
Oh, he has indeed.
Oh dear. He's right away.
They've fallen off somewhere.
Indeed, he was up pole, man. He's nudging his way past Capo. Wow.
We're mating Lambos here. Just, not safe at work. Shaggy is keeping the pressure on the Ripper, though. They're a little bit breaking away there. A 2 second gap between Shaggy and Jake.
Yeah, and TBW there in the Mercedes. Yeah, that's Exodus that is directly behind. Oh no, that's off. That's the Lambo off. He's going sideways. That's potentially going to hurt. Oh,
that is going to hurt.
Yeah, that's going to. It's such a long way to go. I mean, they're barely anywhere. If I've got that's at the Arenberg. So that's a very, very long way. Ooh! Steady on. So he's jumped out right in front of Zero Stefan. There wasn't impact between those two Lambos that I saw, but that would have woken Zero Stefan up, certainly.
I've got window wipers going on here for Martin. I think it's raining there.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that's Shaggy down.
Yeah, that's Shaggy.
Oh no, it isn't. There's it's Flask. It's Flask. He's fallen through the field now, 12th.
Yeah, he is.
That's so. Wow,
alternate line.
Flask is taking the very wise option to wait for a safe gap, but whilst not sitting still. So that's going to drop him to the rear of the field, but it's the safest way of doing it. There's Alex in the Acura.
A rather cracked windscreen for me.
Oh, that's right. That's right again. The windscreen looks okay, but I think he has been enough. Oh no!
That's a traffic jam right there.
Oh, I think it was Storm, the white and pink Lambo, right in the middle of that group. It was indeed. Martin, there's Pity as well in the Audi. Good grief, it is impossible to tell them apart at the moment. Just one mistake is going to send this whole flock completely flying. Neptune under pressure there.
It's so difficult to try and pass somebody and have somebody up your back as well, trying to pass you.
That's
dangerous as well.
Yeah, there's someone on the.
Getting a bit of
that's Migzorn that's fallen through the field a few places then. He's now down to 16th. I saw his name falling a few. I think it was him that was sort of parked on the side of the road there that caused a little bit of a traffic jam. Look at that, Neptune just holding off a lot of cars.
Indeed, that looks as if it could well be that cork in the bottle style thing happening in the future. But the Ripper has managed to break away. He's got 2.5 seconds over Shaggy. I don't know if Shaggy had a bit of an incident, but they did say before I switched channel, I kind of inquired about predictions, and many voices said the Ripper straight away.
Oh, so wow.
I think he is odds-on favourite by the sound. I think he started 4th or 3rd.
Towards the sharper end, yeah, certainly.
And he has got clear track and a gap behind, so he is a little bit of a slight there, but he is able to just go at his own pace and create a gap by the looks of things. But well, it's Nordschliefe, so anything can happen. Yeah. There's many places that things can go wrong. Hello, Fistopheles. Good to see you as well. Glad to see a few people joining us in chat. Always nice to see. There's a TBW then hanging on to the back of Jacob for the last of the podium positions at the moment, but long way to go. 11 laps. 11 racing laps on this particular circuit then, and roughly 90 minutes of flat-out racing. They are still required to come in for pits, but they're not required to change tyres or anything like that. Oh, Neptune! That's not a happy-looking McLaren. No.
that's he's had an argument with something very... Wow, that windscreen is utterly ruined. And he's got to carry that damage.
The windscreen's okay for me. It's the bonnet's a little bit second-hand.
Yeah, I think on my screen he actually had a cracked side window as well. So whatever he's hit very, very hard, which I think a lot of people are going to do. No, that's going to be very hard work to wrestle for such a long way. I mean, it's 20 kilometre long, a single lap.
Yeah. I suspect there'll be a few people bringing her in for an early stop with this one.
No.
Which is really not what you want to do, because you're going to have to come in later for fuel anyway. It's a 90-minute race, but I do not think a full tank is going to survive 11 laps. I'd be wrong, but I'm pretty certain that it's not going to work. We did a practice run actually last week, and nobody was able to zero stop it in terms of fuel. So they're going to have to stop again. Whether they can do it with just one stop and stop lap 1 and just fill it back to the brim and maybe get to the end. Some cars, if they're very fuel efficient, might manage it, but there's midweek.
That's midweek coma.
Hold it still. Oh no!
Ow.
There's a collection.
Ouch! That's Capo. Was Capo involved in that? I think. Door was. No, it was Door that hit the.
But it was a silver Audi as well, was it not?
That would therefore be Exodus. No, he's still going.
No, I think it is. It's him. No,
Exodus is the Lambo, so it's Dopey. Oh,
Dopey.
Goodness. A lot of cars.
That's bad. Oh, he's not enjoying that.
Well, welcome to the Crab Grand Prix. That's the standard carousel, or is that the mini carousel? No, that's the mini carousel. So they're at least getting towards the tail end of the lap. So he hasn't got too far. Hop on board. What's his steering angle like? Not comfortable.
Not factory.
No, that's slightly reshapen. Poor midweek coma. I mean, that was such a dramatic. But of course, like we said earlier, one mistake is going to send these guys flying. So, rather he did, because he was hit. I was surprised he didn't sort of
how many go into the pits. I think these guys that are probably going past now are probably still clear of damage. So I don't think these guys will be pulling in. They want to go as far as they can.
That's Neptune in.
Is Neptune.
He's driving your car.
I don't know.
Here we go.
That's
4.
If that McLaren can do 10 laps, then fair enough. But I managed it in the Aston Martin because for some reason it seemed to be quite fuel efficient. But everyone else seemed to only manage 9, I believe.
6 cars in with midweek coma yet getting there. So that's Howie, Exodus, Trip, Neptune, Dopey, Door, and midweek coma all in. That Flask on the back of Lindholt.
A little bit raced second hand, a little front end for me there as well, perhaps.
That looks lively when he's getting on the power then, heading down towards the hairpin.
Let's go through the order and shall we start from the front with Ripper, having now increased it to 4.5 second lead in essentially 1 lap. That's quite a gap, to be fair. We'll see how that continues. Shaggy holding a comfortable second place. 5 seconds off the lead, but he's got a healthy 7 or so seconds to Ticklish Pickle in third in the Mercedes.
That's Jay in trouble, literally right behind him. He's bounced off the wall coming through that cut through. And that cut through is not flat, so you can unsettle the car coming into that. And he's bounced off the wall in the ACR coloured Audi.
Mazda, I think, is the first Lambo? Oh no, he's not. Ripper's a Lambo, isn't he?
Well, yeah, the best of the rest.
Indeed. TM Touring holding a comfortable 6th place at the moment, not far away from Master Head.
Has he rolled that? The roof looks damaged in that thing. Has he rolled that over, or has there been a lag moment? Because he's got some really weird kind of crabbing going on in that car. But
the front end looks absolutely wrecked for me, and screen cracked.
Yeah, the
roof's actually okay.
The roof on me looks bent, but
not so great.
I think that's a lag thing because he is flying. If he's flying that far sideways, that's amazing. Get him in the Red Bull immediately.
another Lambo.
In the form of Storm. He's one of your endurance guys, is he not?
He is indeed.
Currently in 7th with Alex in the Acura in 8th. I was told off on how I say Acura actually, but I'm still sticking with how I say it.
I think it depends whether you're American or not. So essentially whether you're right or wrong. I guess.
I'll take
debatable. Yeah, I would go with Acura.
9th is Pitty then in the Audi. Roughly equidistant between the next. Oh, Big Zorn! We saw he had early trouble, but he has made his way to the front of this little. This is 5-car group. Yeah, there's Capo, our championship leader, now up to 11th. He's rather. I think he's just kept it clean, but that's the Porsche of. Oh no, that's that Porsche is actually falling down a few positions. Zero Stefano. Oh man, there's Murph indeed in that very second-hand looking Porsche.
Yes, shortened wheel version.
Shortened by force.
I've done that to a Volkswagen Golf for.
Ouch.
Not good. Lindholt, oh, hello.
Lindholt and Flask then, 15th and 16th in the Lambo and M6 respectively. Is there any car that's got any kind of inherent advantage you feel here at Nords?
I think the M6 would actually be quite strong to fair. Where's he go?
That's he's
he's broken.
Yep.
Window wipers flapping.
Yeah, that's gone.
Front bumper flapping.
Yeah, that's gone wrong in many, many ways. That's such a long way to go as well.
That's a very long lap to be damaged.
Indeed. And Midweek Coma's still in the pits.
Probably just getting a brand new Mercedes built for him, to be honest.
We have lost a driver already, and I'm not. Oh, there we go.
Oh, wait, there we go. Good lad.
New warranty.
Right. No pressure. You've got about 11 minutes to catch up.
Yeah, that's a long way to go. Oh, Martin is going to struggle to keep that thing anywhere near straight. There's Door. Howdy then, he has been to the pit. Screaming Z4 of S4 Howie then. In hot pursuit as well. So, about 2-3 minutes is the gap between Howie and Midweek Coma. But now the gap up front is 8 seconds. But Murph, he's got a lot of work. That is Capo and Zero Stefan already ahead, but bearing down on him is
Capo dropped to 13th then because he was up in the 11th.
Oh, he did, yes.
Got damage.
Doesn't look like it.
it.
He managed to avoid the wall, and he's pretty much the only person that's touched grass and avoided the wall so far.
There's probably a 50-50 split of damaged cars and damaged cars at the moment.
That's not really a surprise, and we're only on map 2.
No. But I think this is definitely one of these slow is fast. You keep your car in a car-shaped kind of format, and there's a good chance you're going to gain positions from other people bouncing off walls and wrecking their cars. So.
Well, as is rather proven here, I mean, whilst Capo is, of course, our championship leader, that would have scraped the bottom of the car, riding the top of the carousel there. I mean, he was still in 18th when the first lot of pitters came in, so he's just basically like, yeah, you guys carry on killing each other. I'm just going to mind my own business here. But he finds himself 43 seconds off the lead. Ripper, I think the predictions seem to be coming true, is just gone. He is 10 seconds ahead. Seems a bit of a yes. He's a bit of a Nords master. Grease Monkey on the back. Oh, so he's equidistant between Migzorn and Zero Stefan at the moment in 10th place in the Rainbow Lamborghini. I've completely lost track of where we are. I know we've gone through the carousel. Oh, it's a little wide. It didn't spin. Keeps it going.
No. That's the corner that has lots of cameras with all the YouTube videos of people crashing.
It's Tobias in chat that says, what happened to Midweek Coma? And the answer was sent into the Shadow Realm in the Beloff S. Very nice.
Pretty much. He dropped it and then he got collected by a door.
An earth-shattering kaboom! And we have lost another, but Midweek Coma is not one we've lost. So fair play to Midweek Coma. Now down to 21. We've just lost another, sadly. One of them is definitely WMDR Martin. That's not surprised.
Yeah, he's retired. yeah, he was struggling to bring that home, and that was a long lap to be in a wrecked car.
Did he hit too much curb? And we kind of saw him spin. He kind of collected the wall, span, and stopped on the track. And before he had a chance to recover, he had an Audi try and join him in the car. So
he was a little bit hidden behind other cars and a big pack, so we didn't actually see what caused it. But I suspect maybe a little bit wide on one of the corners, and grass is not very grippy out there.
Pity trying to move on Storm, but he's pretty much topped out. Has he got
straight.
Anything else in the tank? He's topped out. 176 on my screen, side by side, coming into the last few turns. He's done it though. The Audi then up into 6th, just ahead of Storm, right behind Matster. It's like, please slow down, please slow down. Well, that's usually what I'm screaming when I'm trying to break from that kind of pace. Down to cornering speed. There is Capo, championship leader, right ahead of them. You just saw it was Grease Monkey and Migzor having their battle. Here comes Capo. There's Flask. He is in that one. He's in the Lambo, I think. Oh no, Murph! No! That's Murph getting that all wrong in the Porsche.
Oh,
wow! Well handled then.
Dodge.
And Lindholm's in.
Oh, so I think this is now safe. In the pit window.
He
doesn't know where to slow down.
Nope, that's a pit lane penalty.
I don't. Is it? Oh dear.
Well, he got a penalty. I'm assuming it's a pit lane one. And Murphy's just crawling back into the pits, and he'll be there a while. Yeah, 10 seconds for Lindholm. So that's a pit lane speed limit. Pit speed penalty, unfortunately. Nature of the beast, sadly. Trip then, one of our early pitters with Neptune then. This will promote these two up to 15th and 16th respectively. That's Door, I believe, in green. No, that's not. That is Exodus in the green. No, there is Door. Oh, getting rather twitchy, coming into so narrow until you get back onto the actual Nurburgring, and oh look, space.
Yeah.
Capo. So
Capo's 12th again. He's just probably biding his time now and just saying, look, I tell you what, you guys have a little battle, slow yourselves up or whatever, take each other out if you like. But I think I'll just have a little bit of a safe gap to you guys.
So this is Migzorn, Grease Monkey, Zero
when it presents itself.
Yeah, so this is Migzorn, Grease Monkey, Zero Stefan and Capo in this group. 9th through to 12th. And Capo really is... He's close enough to make a move. Yeah, he had to make a move on the brakes there because Zero Stefan a little cautious coming through the cut through that.
It's quite difficult because you want to be close enough to be able to take advantage of an opportunity if somebody gets it slightly wrong, but you don't want to be that close that somebody collects you when they have their issue as well. So it's a risky one. It's fortune sometimes favours the bold, sometimes it doesn't. Indeed.
There is Stefan then. Oh wow, that Lambo is dancing around everywhere. It just does not. It wants to be in every direction other than straight.
Maybe a little bit stiff there about things perhaps.
But he presses on then. Still, bouncing.
Looks undamaged, so he's still in a healthy position.
Yeah, it's trying to be a drift car. Matster in 7th, chasing Storm. Oh wow, the pink and white Lambo getting very deep. Coming through, I think that's the Arenberg. Screaming up through. I'm not even really going to attempt many of these corners. I know that's the Adenauer Force. I think they have just come through. This is where I find out I'm incomplete. Can you bring up the track map? Please, good sir. There we go. So we are coming through.
Guess which one's midweek Homer?
Poor lad. But fair play to him for continuing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, quite a few people have already fallen by the wayside, and he is pressing on. The opportunity to get the fastest lap. Zero Stefan. Still in the middle.
Should be strong.
Oops!
Who's going for a grass trip?
That would be Migzorn. No, it's Touring.
No, that's broken.
Ow. Yes. Oh, that's lagging.
And
That's
laggy
why.
too.
So this is what we thought earlier, is that he's doing some very odd... that's
I didn't have that, but I do now.
Yes. So, yeah, lots of weird laggy modes. So that's going to be really nervous then for the guys behind.
Yeah, I think they should be telling him that they probably...
Okay, yep.
Could be him gone.
That's rather bad.
Oh, I hope it is, because otherwise he's going to reappear in front of everything like that.
Yeah, like so, and he was quite lucky in a way that he didn't take anybody with him, so...
Yeah, he should really be pulling off that, to be honest, and letting these guys through.
It seems to have... Unless he's starting... unless he's stopped downloading his post-race entertainment.
The in-flight.
In-flight movie, yeah. But that's allowed. That's now a 5-car train. That will be Flask on the back of this grid now.
Yeah.
I believe.
No, it's Capo still. Flask's the BMW behind.
Oh, yes.
7 or 8 seconds.
Yes,
7
indeed.
seconds back.
So Capo's just sat there waiting for the inevitable bang. Or, as Touring has actually legitimately gone too deep, lost 2 positions. Grease Monkey and Mixon then go through. There goes Zara Stefan, not wanting to be behind the dancing Mercedes much longer. And there goes Capo. I wonder whether they got the message.
I think so.
Yeah, he's got the message there, because that was more than just slight loss of momentum. So Touring then allowing that group through. But that group is not letting up at all in its battles. On board there with Capo's Grease Monkey.
Ooh, slidey.
Very. I didn't know Lamborghini translated into drift.
No.
Around the carousel once again. And there you see Zero Stefan doing that, sort of hanging onto the top. That must be just scraping the bottom side. Unless that wasn't what he was aiming for, and he just kind of...
I don't think it's intentional, to be honest. So you can't be the fastest way halfway around. You want to be one way or the other. You want to go up high or down low, and you really want to be down low.
Yeah, there is a good example of sitting on the fence doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the few times I've ever driven Nords, I end up just falling out of the carousel because I haven't taken that. I've gone in too hot. So you do straddle that line.
Okay. And then it'll probably launch you.
Yeah. I then just leap the barrier. Oh, Capo pushing a bit too hard. But I don't envy anyone that wants to become Nords masters. There's so much to remember, and a lot of the corners look alike, or they do to me anyway.
Yeah, but it's definitely one of these tracks where just practice, just lap times, number of laps will improve your time far more than fine-tuning your setup or getting the ultimate setup. And just figuring out where you can go a little bit quicker through some of these corners, because some of them don't look like you should be able to take them very quick. Some of them do, and often it's the wrong way round. So it's easy to get it wrong and end up meeting with a barrier.
Very much so, as Pitty continues to challenge Jacob. Bearing in mind, Jacob was right with taking the Picklebuggle, who is another, 7 seconds down the road from this pair. Shaggy down very comfortably in second now.
Yes, I'm just going to see if Pitty's going to get draft. She does. Is it too early? Because that's probably going to give Storm the draft back when he gets back. That's not Storm.
That's not Storm. J. Cool, yep. Wow, crikey. Look at the pace difference between the two.
Tuck in behind. Seems to be running the lower wings then.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. Tuck in behind him.
Yep, go on then. He's left that very late, though.
I think that was too late.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just saying, "Tell you what, on you go. I'll sit behind you."
Yeah.
I don't want you pushing me from behind if you're a little bit quicker.
And that's the thing with these reverse grid races. You've got to bear in mind that the quicker ones will be chasing you, and you again, we've mentioned this before. You realistically know who you're in a fight with.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like, yeah, you know what? There's no point me holding you up. Jake will actually brings his car into the pits.
Seems a little early. If no damage, you want to kind of stay out as long as you can, just in case you do get damage later on.
Yeah, you had which is highly likely here.
Kinda, yeah. And it does look a little. No, that's I think.
That's the livery. The livery catches me out on this car.
He's got scrapes in the left-hand door, I think, a little bit, but nothing that would...
Touring and Capo are in as well.
As well.
Oh, that's Flask coming in. Interesting. Yeah, they haven't gone through much fuel. I mean, these are... The GT3's what, 100 litres, is it? Or
120 or up to 130 on some.
So they would have gone through... What do they look about? 10 litres a lap-ish?
I think it's about... Yeah, it's probably not far away, I'd say.
We're gonna, several people are definitely going to be looking
probably higher than that, in fact. That's at the end of lap 2, and these boys are on 81 litres, and I suspect they started with about 120, so it's maybe closer to 20 litres a lap.
Ouch. Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing 2 stops then.
Well, it shouldn't 2 stops.
Well, for the people that have pitted this early.
Oh, yeah, for the people that have pitted damage, yeah.
Just to make their day even more difficult. My good lady has just handed me them. Oh dear, that's not good, Exodus. That's a turn. Well, what would normally be turn 4, I think, at Nurburgring.
Strange place to turn it round.
And what he's done, he's overcooked it on the exit of the Mercedes arena.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that, well, is because I've graced that bit of tarmac many times.
But it's that short version, isn't it? Yes, that is a horrible chicane there.
Yeah, so it's so easy just to give it too many beans. The traction control doesn't like it. And that round it goes, and there's door in again! Oh dear. That's not a good day for you, sir. Is he the only one coming in as well?
It looks like it.
Well, Howie's carrying on. Midweek coma. Well, he's closed down to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He's actually pressing on pretty hard. In all fairness to Midweek coma, he's really pressing hard in the Mercedes.
Let's have a look at the fuel. So I've got Ripper at 75, Shaggy 82. I think it's a little bit higher in tank. Does use per lap, so it'll probably even itself out, I suspect. There's the Mercedes on 75.
Audi on 78.
8. Lamb on 74. Or Lamb.
74. 77 for Zero Stefan.
So Jay have been in, he's got 114. So he's the front of people that have stopped. 78, 102 for Neptune.
Neptune has definitely been in.
He has.
Exodus, I don't think has. Touring has.
No, 78. 2 definitely has 110. 2 Apple's down at 16th. He has stopped and fueled up, so he should be good to go end.
I wonder whether they're going to make it.
A bit low.
I reckon that's.
Condition.
Oh dear, Capo's got some cracks on his windscreen that we didn't see.
He does.
So yeah, I think we're going to be seeing these early pitters coming in again for a quick splash.
I think certainly anybody that pitted on lap 1 is very risky. Poor Porsche. Don't think he'll be selling that one after the race.
No, that one's a little bit outside of MOT. There's Howie in our Soul Z4 this evening in 19th position. Midweek coma has actually... Oh, wow.
Well caught.
Very much so. How's that? Midweek coma has actually closed in 14 seconds on door, I think, in that lap alone.
Well, he was not far away from the sharp end. He was in, what, the top 8?
I think so.
In fact, he was in the top 5, I think.
Let me double check. He is... Midweek coma is 7th in the championship. He got 2nd last time around Silverstone, didn't score in Algarve. So there's pace to be had in that Mercedes. He's just got unlucky with that. If he'd had that accident later in the lap, he'd be much more towards the sharp end.
Yeah.
Or ideally, if he didn't have it at all.
Lap times.
Best laps then, so let's see.
8:17 for the Ripper.
Christ.
And
That's
24 for Shaggy Dan.
8:17 as well for Pitty in 4th.
Yeah.
let's see what maybe we can.
But outside of the Ripper and Pity, they're all pretty similar lap time. Master with an 8:33, which that's what I like seeing. People with a slower lap still being at the sharp end because they're just being decent and not making mistakes. Might not be the ultimate fast lap compared to some others, but the others are making mistakes.
But equally, Midweek Comer's got an 8:24 on the board, and that really isn't bad when you look at where the rest of the lap times fall. I think
Midweek Comer at 8:24 is rather respectful.
I think we'll.
And Dover with a 9 and a 9:02, and Murph with a 13.
Yeah, but his last lap was a 9:27. His last lap was a 9:27, so I assume that one was invalid then.
I suspect that was the one with an out lap or an in lap, one or the other, depending on what side of the line his pit crew work from. Okay.
And Ripper's last lap was an 8:18. My God, the man is just a demon here.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't do anything horrendously wrong, then
this should.
Got to say that's his to lose.
The Ripper hasn't started any of the previous rounds. That's why we haven't seen him.
I see.
Has he been promoted from Tier 3, I wonder? With that kind of pace, any damn wonder if that's translatable to. I mean, Aletti is just purely a Nords expert and doesn't necessarily translate this pace, but it's difficult to be a Nords expert without being good elsewhere.
Certainly to the point where you're 5 seconds pretty much quicker than almost everybody else. You can't be 5 seconds quicker at Nordschliefe and not be pretty handy everywhere else.
Yeah, that would be an impressive.
You don't just know Nordschliefe and nothing else, so I don't know if he's just not been available for the first couple of races, but
which is also possible. It could be a late joiner to the league.
Indeed, certainly one to keep our eye on for the rest of the season.
Most certainly. Pity's now on the back of TPW, so Pity was challenging Storm for a while. He's well and truly cleared him.
Yeah, 10 seconds plus. Yeah, he's in the draft. Don't think he's going to have a look here. It'd be a little bit of a lunge into this final.
Wow, that
complex.
That Mercedes looks very lively. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ow!
Manages to collect him as well.
I was just thinking that Merc was all kinds of squirrely coming into that last twisty section.
I don't know how much damage he's picked up. Is he going to pit? I suspect probably is, but he's not.
I don't think it was a particularly heavy hit, with just a bit unlucky.
I'd probably play safe and keep that pit stop for later, just in case that happens again and it goes even worse. You want to keep a hold of that pit stop until the very last minute.
Lee Arms is saying Ripper 1 Tier 3, he's a reserve driver. That's why we haven't seen him prior to now.
I see.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, sir. So Matster keeping the pressure on Grease Monkey. And Lambo's now coming through turn 1. And then through that small cut through, avoiding the... and that's where we saw I think it was Lindholt doing a pirouette. Migzorn comes in. I don't think he's been in yet, looking at his fuel amount.
It looks a bit damaged.
Yeah, you're missing a few vital components on the front.
Alternative Aero Edition.
That's how it's like remixing for cars.
Yeah.
And Jacob's been through the pits recently. He was...
we know he's pitted, so he's still probably front of the pitters. So it's going to be interesting where they all kind of come back out again. I suspect as many as possible are going to pit at the very last lap that they can, probably lap 9 or 10. So we're probably not going to see where he is in relation to the others in reality, track position, until the last lap or so really, but currently 9th, looking very healthy. But it is about a 30 second or 25 second or so gap to 0 front. Don't know how long a pit stop lasts here, but I suspect it's going to be maybe a little bit over 30 seconds, certainly with the fuel going in as well. You're probably looking at around about 60 seconds in total.
That's a near impossible thing to guess because almost no one is going into the pit undamaged, so almost everybody's got something to kind of gaffer tape back on their car.
Yeah, I suspect it's about 20 litres or so that they're going to be putting into their tank and stop, which won't take too long. It's probably only between 5 and 10 seconds maybe, but...
Oh, putting all fuel in doesn't take too long. Oh, Zero Stefan. Easy.
It's that risk versus reward to push hard and try and catch somebody and risk that slight off and into the barrier. I'm well known for which version I would choose, but
yeah, but here, surely your methodology is much more effective. I'd have thought.
I would have said it should be even more prominent. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you don't want to be carrying damage on a lap here. It's pretty catastrophic.
There's Lindholt closing in on Exodus. 2.5 seconds between the two. Careful through the VDOL, sir. Coming up to...
Where's my McLaren? There he is.
Neptune. That's been through the pits as we know. Of course, the visual damage does not change. That does make a glorious noise. I do miss...
Almost did, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't.
Wow, 8:24 for Midwood Coma. That is, he gained a full minute on Door last time around. Christ, he is.
Door was in the pits, was he though?
Oh yes, good point. Yes, he would have been. I do miss the 12C from. Yeah, I do miss the 12C from the last game. That had a very distinctive, very pleasant roar, but there is nothing wrong with that 720. Well, that one's a little reshaped. So the actual noise it's making is very nice. What was Neptune's lap last time? 8:27. That's again very respectable time. So. He's always one that doubts himself.
Quite well at Silverstone last week.
Didn't he just? Yeah, he really kind of came through and finished 9th, I think I said earlier.
Certainly. Yeah, I think he was certainly top 10.
Oh, 7th. There's me down.
Nice, well done, sir.
Shaggy Down still holding on to 2nd and not under threat at the moment. Pity is long since past TPW after that incident that we saw. He's open, and Pity is opened up a 12-second gap to TPW. There is Storm in 5th position, now closing in on the reshape of Merc. Zero Stefan is nearly pushing Matster for 7th, and it's amazing that with this we're approaching halfway in the green hell, and still there's a fair amount of fighting going on.
Yeah.
I really did expect the field to have just completely gone to ground and just spread out everywhere. But
yeah, as people will be coming out of pits probably in the next couple of laps as well, maybe as well, it might put people back in front of each other. And
Zero Stefan, where is they? They are.
He's coming up that fast left-hander.
Yeah, that's around the Bergwerk.
Tight right-hander.
Oh, that's close! Oh, that's one of those moments you're like, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. Yeah, that thought's going through my head, and I'm not the one behind the wheel.
Yeah, this is flat out all along here, so a long, multi-apexed left-hander.
Yeah, the Kazelshed and Moot Curve, I think that is.
The dirty air as well, that can't be nice. And here's the draft, which is good, but
you won't want to be there.
A slight lift off left hand here. Just tap the brakes there. And then, yeah, and some of the dirty air and some of these fast corners will be very sketchy.
Again, Stefan getting close to lawn mowing again. Now coming into
all the track.
Yeah, now coming through to the carousel. A little bit deep coming off of that turn, but turn 394. And again, Zero Stefan is straddling that. I think he was just late getting into the carousel.
Yeah, I think so.
He just kind of overshot. He was too hot going into it, and just didn't get into. Oh, Neptune! Beg your pardon. No, that's not Neptune at all. That's Trip in the black and red. I actually thought he was the Acura because they're both black and red, but I think we lost the Acura.
I think Jay Cool's dropped a position. He was in P9, was he not? Yes, Trip moved up to P9.
Yes. The Lamborghini overhauling the Audi at the moment. There's Door. He's found some company in the form of S4 Howie. Shouty Z4. Midwich Coma continues to eat away at that gap. He did it at 8:23, bearing in mind that that's leader's pace that what Midwich Coma's achieved. So, what might have been for the Hot Wheels. That's not TBW. It is. That's TBW that's just got through the shot. His race is really unraveling. Oh, we've lost him. We've lost Midwich Coma.
Oh, no.
He's called it a day. That's a shame. He really was pressing on. Unless, of course, he has made a mistake off camera. Unless a commentator cursed him without looking at him.
Potentially. You do have form, I'm afraid.
Well, possible.
See, like both of them made slight mistakes there, and that's all it takes to kind of lose a lot of time and then catch it back up again.
Yeah, Mazda planted his car right in the middle of the circuit there and did not want to allow Zero Stefan through. Now coming into the mini carousel.
Now, if you're clever, Shaggy Dan's hitting just now, but I just want to see how Zero's going to handle this. Now, for me, I would just stay behind him through this last couple of right-handers, get a little bit of a gap, not too much, because I think they might top out at the end of the straight anyway, and then just use that draft, try and get past just as you reach the top end speed, so that you get there first, you get past him, then he hits the limiter and can't get back past again. I would say that's probably judged spot on if he can get past. Is he topped out? No. Maybe it is. I think he is now.
Oh, that was every inch of draft he could use. Nose up into 7, and that is indeed job done. Well played, Zero Stefan. And again, nicely done, Mazda, then, for letting that one go. No Shaggy Dan in there a while.
Oh, he's putting 100 weight of fuel in there. 5 litres is a little excessive, I think.
Well, is it? Because they're halfway through the race now, so it looks like he's rolling forward, actually, on my screen.
Yeah, a tiny little bit.
Yes. TBW's in as well. He's brought the wounded Mercedes in.
So how much fuel does Jay have? He's got 90. Maybe not. Maybe he's all right there, to be fair.
Oh,
hello.
Whoops. I mean, they don't collide.
They're okay.
Yeah.
No, I may be wrong. I mean, that might be okay on 94. Too excessive. Drops him down to 9th, which is now behind Jay. So pit top one from there. They've both pitted now on similar fuel levels.
Neptune and Touring were battling at the back of the shot. That is now for 10th position for the McLaren, and the Touring's in. The Mercedes.
It's Merrick. Very broken Merrick from here.
Yep, and likewise. And, so McLaren's seen better days as well, but still in a pretty solid midfield position. Interesting, Ripper and Pitt setting lap times within half a second of one another. Bearing in mind it's an 8-minute lap, that is damn impressive indeed. So
I was struggling to get below 8:30 when I was running it the other day. I've never been a fan of Nordschliefe, to be fair, but yeah, I was taking slightly silly cars, I guess, but even then. Ooh,
Capo! Yes, that's there's one thing making your car known in the mirrors, and there's another one getting the mirrors.
Torpedoing.
Yeah. Well, that car looks fairly undamaged, although I thought I saw cracks on Capo's windscreen earlier.
He wants to get past. I mean, this wide track, this is where he wants to get past, and he's going from the inside. Job done. Oh, a little bit of a slowdown.
Yeah, that was
slowed it down too much.
Yeah, the tail got loose on Capo there, and that poor Exodus just had nowhere to go and nudged the tail. It wouldn't have caused too much, but that has allowed. Who's that's coming in? That's Lindholt. That's catching up to Exodus. Lindholt.
Nice clean car.
Oh, he's
having a look.
I was going to say that's brave at Vidal. Bearing in mind it's the faster version of the Vidal chicane for that. That would have been a big old dive bomb, but opted not to go for it. That's fairly sensible. Now coming over the cut through again. Wow, look at the gap that Capo's got for himself already.
Well, I'm just thinking potentially if Exodus did get front damage, the Lambo doesn't have a front splitter, so he can't have more downforce. So if he gets front damage, it's only going to be less and less front end grip. So a little bit of front end damage is probably going to hurt quite a lot.
Yeah, because you don't need
what
grip
you want.
here, do you? Everyone seems to be sliding anyway.
Just flat out. Just flat out. Drive it like you stole it.
Brakes? No.
42-second lead for Ripper on lap 6.
Now he started towards the
Shaggy
front.
has pity. It is 1 minute 47 behind the leader. I would say a good, healthy minute plus 10, 20 of that is probably pit stops. I think he was within 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think it was about 21, 22 seconds pre-pit stop before Shaggy Dan came in. So
that's a rough indicator of how long a pit stop will take, of around about 1 minute 20.
So that'll drop Ripper down to a mighty 4th. At that rate, my God, that's amazing.
Without those guys pitting, but yes.
Yes, indeed. And there he is, flying through the carousel once again. That's how you should do it.
That's the line.
Yes.
You show them how it's done, boys.
Yeah, the world's fastest neutral coming up on my screen.
Yeah, indeed.
So Ripper just hasn't seen anybody. A bit of lawn mowing for good measure. He just hasn't seen anybody pretty much all race long. He, of course, started towards the front because he is lower down in the championship as he's just joined this one. So, and
it means you can just get into your groove. You're not worried about kind of having to go as fast as you can because you're not getting pressure from behind. Just get into your kind of rhythm and just do your laps like you've been practicing, and just bang the laps in. They don't need to be perfect laps. They don't need to be super fast. You seem to be having the pace over everyone else anyway, so you just do it 95% of your pace, and you're pretty comfortable at that. Car's safe, the laps are safe. You're not in any danger of dropping the car, or you're not maximising the risk anyway. You're reducing that kind of potential of dropping the car. But sometimes when you're not driving at 100%, that's when you make the mistakes, because you're braking zones, you're maybe braking a little bit earlier, or you're putting the gas on a little bit differently than you would normally, so it's out of your kind of muscle memory almost. And that's when you can sometimes make mistakes, when you're not just going for it almost.
And the barriers are never far away. Oh dear, Storm, that's
Speaking
not...
of barriers.
Yeah, the barriers are never far away to greet you with open arms. As Grease Monkey now jumps up into third. How much fuel is... so 42 for Storm. How much has Grease Monkey got? 47, so near enough the same.
Shaggy is catching back to J for the 8th position. They've both pitted the front of the pitters at the moment, I believe.
I think so.
85 litres for Shaggy.
Oh, that was very unsettling.
Not the line.
6, no.
And 85 for the Audi. Big Zorn's chasing down Ticklish.
Yeah. Mercedes just doesn't seem settled.
Ticklish. He was up at the front end.
He was, and then he had that big spin.
Oh yeah, he did.
And I think he probably spent a fair amount of time in the pits as well, because he seemed to have lost a lot of pace.
He didn't go into the pits, and he has been in pits now, but
he didn't immediately, no.
After that spin, no.
No, he didn't. So he did at least one more lap, and possibly only one more lap from that point. There's Touring behind Shaggy Dan. So, wow, the M6 didn't take long to get that position. Oh! That's lively, but has managed to keep it on the black stuff, and that's a very clean M6. That doesn't look like it's traded paint with anything, and that in itself is worthy of note.
Indeed.
Oh, that.
Well, he wasn't P2, so he's still, I would say, by the pace, that should be pretty comfortable. So he's really fighting other people that still need to pit or so, apart from J. Has managed to jump him. So.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What's the gap? Shaggy down to J, 2-ish seconds, 2.7.
2.5, yeah.
So it really depends if Shaggy Dan can,
catch back up again.
Yeah, just break free of Touring. It really depends on how much damage there is left on that Mercedes. So there goes the ACR coloured Audi. Someone spun. I thought I heard a low revving engine
Neptune.
there. No, it's
Okay,
not.
no, it wasn't.
That's Trip.
Trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
I fell for
Cameraman,
that
back
exact. Yeah, cameraman's lost. So that is around. I'm not even attempting. We're near the small
Towards the
carousel.
end, yeah.
Storm's in from 4th place. Yeah,
White, pink.
white and pink. Yes. So yeah, 40 litres still in the tank, right on the halfway mark. So that is a planned stop if ever I saw one. Murph in the Porsche. We haven't looked at you for a while. On the back of Migzorn and TPW. Through the
Zero Stefan is also in the pits.
Yeah, again, planned.
42 litres for you.
Pretty clean looking Lamborghini as well. Not even any fly collection on there. Wow,
Storm
that's quick. And that's only.
66.
Ooh, you're pushing that.
You are
I'm
very
not
pushing that.
convinced.
You have jumped in front of Jay and Shaggy.
Yeah,
And
that's
they're
gonna.
running 80 litres.
Yeah, that's gonna bite you. I am.
Oh,
That's Zero Stefan. He came in after behind Storm.
he was, yes.
Oh, and kicking up some dust. Yeah, that's gonna bite Storm. I'm certain of it. I'm
I
not.
think so.
Yeah, not convinced he's got enough in the tank for that. As in comes Trip. Saw him navigating his way around the smaller carousel in a slightly different manner. J. Call has lost 2 positions. He's now behind.
Yes.
Yeah, there goes Shaggy Dan, now up to 6th. So he's lost 2 positions in a couple of corners there, so a bit of a mistake from Jay. Everyone is still in, you can see from the map that a lot of people are actually in the Nurburgring at the
In
moment.
a big clump, yeah.
Which is, again, a little surprising. How much fuel has Migzorn coming out right behind Murph? Ooh, that's a little close. Now get back in the rhythm. How much fuel's Ripper still got on board?
Let's see, 40, yeah, 37.
So another 2 laps at best, I'd have thought.
I think so, yeah. Which kind of ties in with what we did in that practice, 90-minute practice from the other day there, that most people were pitting around lap 9. I managed to get to 10. This might be because I'm not using as much as they were, because I wasn't going anywhere near as fast as they were.
Ooh, yeah, Ripper is again collecting
I'll call it tactical fuel conservation.
yeah.
It was just, it was more lack of ability.
There is
For
Jay.
sure.
Can you see the cut through that? Oh wow, that's very sideways there for touring, but seems to be the way
Covered it
that
up.
seems to work. Wow, he's very unless it's kind of lag that we were seeing earlier from I've forgotten who it was that we were seeing that huge lag moment from. Unless it was touring. Yeah, it was touring. Yeah, we're just thinking it was a rearranged Mercedes. So, but his connection seems to have sorted itself out.
Settled down, yeah.
So again, leaving the in-flight movie till later. But yeah, Shaggy Dan doesn't seem to be able to get away at the moment. Lap times last time. Oh, Shaggy Dan was on an out lap last time, so
Yeah.
not comparable. But he looks set. He carries on the way he's going. Looks set for a really decent result here.
Indeed.
8.99 for the Ripper, so he clearly hasn't come in.
No. So, TM Touring must have been in because his car was clearly wrecked and it's not now, and he's got 70 litres. Shaggy is carrying 75. Storm is 62.
That's going to be cutting it really fine. I wouldn't be surprised to see them in again.
Yeah.
But we will see.
Matt's still with 35. He's still pit.
He's a bit, yeah. Grease Monkey,
As
38.
with Grease Monkey, Pity,
Yeah,
and
he's
Ripper.
There's Ripper, there he is. 33, still on the lead Lamborghini, now leads by 43 seconds. I was about to say at one point his pace has levelled off a bit, and then he goes and bangs in that 8.19.
Yeah. But to be fair, I've got Pity doing an 8.20.9 and Grease Monkey at 20.4.
Yeah, definitely. And there, Midweek Over joins us in the chat. It was a shame to see you retire.
Props for going as long as you did.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering you had no one anywhere near you, that was absolutely fair play to you. Touring now really getting the pressure on the M6 of Shaggy Dan. Could well see a reshaping M6 if it goes horribly wrong.
It's a slightly better line through that triple right-hander there.
Oh,
He's right on the tail.
Yeah, that's very, very close.
I think he's saying, can I get past, please?
I let you through earlier. Well, it wasn't Shaggy Dan. He would let other cars go earlier, so he wants that one paid back to him. Courtesy of Shaggy Dan. I don't think the M6 is too willing as they come through.
No.
They are coming towards the Bergwerk, I believe this is called. Not too good on my Nord corner names. Through they come then, and there's Storm that is ahead of them. He's the only one running the white and pink livery Lambo. 41.9 for him last time.
Has the Merc got the legs on the M6 on this sort of flat out section? Doesn't seem to be. He's catching a little bit, but I think that's more down to draft rather than just. We've got turboed M6 versus normally aspirated.
It's twin turbo in the M6.
I think it is, yes. You're right.
I think it's you told me previously. I was listening, honestly. Oh, the McLaren rages on right behind Zero Stefan.
And he has pitted 61 litres.
Ooh, steady Neptune. Oh, I think we've lost an. Oh no, I got confused because you changed who you were looking at, so the position marker changed, but the camera was still dead centre.
Just do it again, just to try and mix you up. Another drunk cameraman.
Yeah. They are wonderful,
So
aren't they?
TM seems to be just hitting these apex. He's just a little bit sweeter than Shaggy. I think Shaggy's just playing it safe. I'll just do my own laps, and I don't want to be bouncing off curbs and getting launched into the wall or sliding it about too much. TM is pretty much just, I'm going for it.
Yeah, both of them's kind of playing the sensible game, just touring, keeping the pressure on. A little bit wide for Shaggy Dan, but nothing too major. What's the gap between? What's the gap there between? Yeah, it's still around.
Just 2.5, 3 seconds.
I think that gap is actually decreasing little on little. Of course, it will fluctuate fairly well.
The Merc going to hold his time until that long straight down the back stretch.
Wow, that M6 got very light coming over the crest there. Yep, I've ended up landing sideways at that particular point and introducing myself to another barrier. Pity is in from second. And again, 8.17 from the Ripper. Wow, he is not showing any sign of letting up the slightest.
No. So, that's 30 odd litres, so we're expecting probably around about 40, 45 litres maybe 50. Okay, it's gone a little bit high. That's safe though, that's fine.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe amount.
Is he going to come out in front of Shaggy? I think he is.
Yeah, they're on the
quite a long way. What's happened to Shaggy from to be that far back? Shaggy was in a comfortable second place.
He was indeed, but oh, look at the gap there. He's really broken away.
Storm.
Storm, of course, didn't have anyone to slip. Yeah. Well, then,
1 second.
He must have had a bad run out of the small carousel because Storm.
Had a problem somewhere.
Yeah, because there's no way that Shaggy Dan would have been able to slipstream from that far back.
No.
In comes Matster from fourth.
Indeed.
So up a position then for that group of three: Storm, Shaggy Dan, and Touring.
And Jay. Probably in a minute.
Oh yeah, Jay will come through. Along with Zero Stefan as well.
Yeah, and Neptune as well.
Indeed, so
and also Cafo still holding just outside the top 10.
Yeah.
pitted and fueled to the end.
Wow, he did that early as well. So he... Oops, that's a tad deep into turn 1. Looked a little uncomfortable. Oh, wow, hello.
Hello.
Lovely battle then for 4th, beg your pardon, with Storm, Shaggy Dan and Touring. Oh, on board with Touring. We've got to watch this. This is going to be a... oh, maybe not that one. Go with the or the TCAP. There you go. Oh, the M6 having a look at it. No, it doesn't.
This is the thing where people are confident with this part of the track, with it being the Nurburgring GP section. It's like, right, I know where I am, I know where I can go. I have more confidence that you know where you go. Oh, there's Storm away.
Well, that brought that one to an end then, unfortunately. This Storm is going to have to work hard to catch the back of the Mercedes. So it won't slow down too much coming through the VDOL.
But Shaggy Dan is 30 seconds off Pitted. Pitted.
Yeah.
Where did that 30 seconds come from?
That is a major change, isn't it? Grease Monkey still has to come in along with Ripper.
Ripper as well.
Ripper could. Oh, that's a tad deep. Yeah, he's seemed to be pushing it a little bit too hard now. I wonder if Ripper's going to come back out in the lead. Well, actually, that's irrelevant because Grease Monkey's got to come in anyway.
Probably around it at the same time. I suspect the same lap. So.
And of course, they're going to be in for a less amount of time because they're taking less fuel.
About 20 litres a lap at a very rough guess. So they will be coming in.
Yeah,
they've
got to, unless they're going to do some serious fuel saving somewhere along the line.
Not viable.
No, not even close. I know that.
Getting a little bit of air.
Yeah, that's there's a couple of places where that happens. That's one of them. Storm is trying his best to hang on to the back of this particular pair. There's Jay now up to 7th. But the other one, you drop down and then you immediately have to kind of do like a kick to the right. Yeah. It's so easy to land sideways.
You have to be committed. You have to be very committed to it.
Big Zorn is on the back of Exodus, who in turns on the back of Murphy, or Murph, who's known here. There they are. 2 very brightly coloured cars on the early part of the lap.
Almost camouflaged here.
Yeah, the Lambo is slightly more than. Oops. I thought Exodus was going to wander off the road there, but not quite. They continue to press on. Where is Ripper? We can clearly see on the map where he is. He's coming through the carousel at the moment. So still some way to go. 20 litres on board, so yeah, it really should be coming in this time.
This one.
And Grease Monkey the same. Minute lead between the two. Grease Monkey only has 18 seconds for himself, and I wonder.
He's going to drop down, so Pitty's going to inherit second. Quite comfortably so. It's 30 seconds ahead of Touring. Touring has got past Shaggy Dan now.
He has indeed. The M6 demoted to 5th. But it did seem that how well that Mercedes was hanging on to the back of the M6, that was fairly inevitable. But Shaggy Dan doing a pretty good job fending him off, but has lost 1.7 as a result. Now in the clutches of Storm in the white and pink Lamborghini.
But then again, I don't know, was he being defensive, or was he just running his race and not being defensive because it's so hard to pass? There's only, well, I don't know how many, but there's not a lot of opportunities to go past. Kind of relying on somebody else making a slight mistake. So yeah.
Ripper with an 8.17 last time around. Capo.
Yeah, he's flying.
Capo on the back of Neptune. Well, that would indicate that again he's coming in, but I'm kind of looking at the gap between Ripper and Pitty, and it does seem to be decreasing. So I don't know that we can assume that the race is done yet, as far as the winner is concerned. Well, Pitty could bring him in, bring himself back in.
We worked it roughly out at about a 1:20 for a stop, isn't it?
That was early on, though. They're going to be taking less fuel on this time, but
well, you're still adding the same amount of fuel.
Well, they won't take as many on this late in the game, will they?
Well, you still need the same amount of fuel no matter when you pit in total, so you're still adding the same amount no matter when you pit. As long as you don't pit on first lap when you can't fill
Well,
it
yeah,
up.
you can't fill it up enough.
Yeah, but outside of lap 1, you're still going to be adding whatever that amount is that you're short, which I think is about 20 litres. So...
Looked a little deep there by Kappa. Yeah, Pitty is really pressing on. He's closed in 2 seconds on Grease Monkey this lap alone.
Yeah.
Now,
Which he doesn't need to, because Grease still has to pit.
indeed, I'm sure the target is Ripper,
47.
so should just be coming into the pits now. No!
16 litres?
Oh!
Okay.
I wonder whether he had one of those, I should have gone that way moments then.
I wonder.
Is it plausible? I guess it is. I mean, you could kind of just slow it down a bit, but he's going to run the risk.
I can't remember how much fuel I was using a lap, to be fair, but that seems...
That's going to be
I'd
tight.
be surprised if he's got it wrong. I mean, sure, why would you risk it?
Grease Monkey, I would expect to come in. I reckon...
Well, he's probably going to be about the same sort of level. I think he actually had a little bit more than Ripper. So
I reckon...
might not.
I wouldn't
If
be
he
at all
does,
surprised if Ripper has to...
interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Ripper has to fuel save. And that's going to bring Pitty right into that battle as well.
Well,
We shall see. As Ripper is on lap 9. 3 laps remain here at Nordschliefe Nurburgring combined. No such trouble for this man. Screaming on down the back straight.
so 45 litres he's holding there, and he's got laps 9, 10 and 11 do, which would suggest that it must be 50 litre lap or less. Therefore, perhaps Ripper is not
maybe
too much danger at all.
Maybe he's timed it about right, because he's just under 15 litres as he's leaving the Nürburgring. As Grease Monkey didn't push it any further, and I did think he would come in at that point. There goes Pitty up into second. Tobias is ripping these 13.5 litres a lap, so he should be alright.
Okay. I'd have been surprised if he got it that wrong.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's really no need for being that risky.
And Grease Monkey taking on a fair bit, so he should be getting underway. There he goes. So probably nothing much more than just fuel on that. But who's going to come past him?
So it needs to be 45. I don't think maybe it's close.
Ooh,
That
it
is
is
close. That he might.
Ooh, no, Turing's got him. No, Turing's got him. Has Shaggy Dan?
as well, maybe? No.
Nope, Shaggy Dan's got to make that overtake, so that is third then to Turing. That's a decent effort then.
Pitty was one that we were concerned about fuel, but he has what looks to be enough for the 3 laps, which we think is being safe then at 15. We needed the 45 litres starting with 3 laps to go.
45 laps, not on this race.
No, a little bit hardcore.
Yes.
Yeah,
Welcome to the GT3 24-hour race.
The Endurance League's not even going that way.
Yeah.
So everybody here looks to be healthy fuel, but
Storm's gonna... Yeah, Storm was the one that we were kind of thinking you've underdone that.
Yeah, is he fuel saving just now? What was his last?
I mean,
28?
even if it is 13.5 litres a lap, as Tobias suggested, he's still under-fueled. So...
Yeah.
he's going to be sucking
that
that tank dry. Well, 13.5 would put him at 40 and a half.
0.5. Yeah.
He's going to be really running that dry. So,
yeah.
Good luck, Storm. Hope you can push. Grease Monkey still under.
Touring.
Hello.
Having a look.
That's an unusual place to try and move, but yeah, why not? Not many laps left. But that, of course, is going to help Shaggy Dan come back into this mission. This is the last podium position.
Indeed.
Ripper will come back out in the lead, I'm pretty certain of that. But Pitty's going to be fairly close. Because these guys have all seen the pit lane for their mandatory stop. And there is Flask coming in again.
He's got 56 litres of fuel. Why is he coming in?
He was not happy. There we go.
He is
That's right.
parking it.
That's right. That's a shame. Howie is very much on his own.
Not a great day in the office for Howie either.
No, that's.
It's not gone wrong for BMW, really. It's not gone particularly right for BMW so far. Shaggy's still got a potential podium going on here.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand where he's lost that 30 seconds. Pity.
Unless he made a colossal mistake that we didn't see, because it's difficult to know on a track this
30
size.
seconds, and unless it's the pit thing for some reason, maybe changed tyres or...
Could have been. Actually,
16.
I think somebody in chat said that Shaggy Dan started on soft tyres, so that might be actually part of it. He could have... The soft tyres...
Even that would only add 16 on for a change of tyre.
No.
I don't know.
Unless he hit the wall and he had damage as well.
Looking
It's looking pretty
nice
pristine at the
and clean there,
moment.
to be fair. And judging by his lines, he's been pretty safe. So,
Yeah, Grease Monkey's...
well, I don't know.
Yeah, Grease Monkey is under a lot of pressure at the moment. Which is not what he would want at this stage in the game. Screaming on. There's Migzorn with Murph, and yeah, it's never a happy camera.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's where the dirty air will really not help you coming through. There's the dig in the bin. Oh, Migzorn just about manages to keep it on the road.
And this fast left-hander coming up, go back up this hill is also another one where you've got to be committed and just go for it. You run that curve on the left-hand side on this one up here.
That's Matster in the black Lamborghini keeping the Porsche at bay.
Again, it's not that hard to actually defend your position because there's naturally only one line, and you've got to have an awful lot of confidence in the car in front of you to be kind of making a pass. Murphy's certainly got the pressure on him though, so if he might have the pace, if he can find a gap to get through.
It's been suggested that Shaggy Dan actually had a bio brake in his pit stop.
I suspect that it has to be something like that because I can't account for 30 seconds.
Well, when you got to go, you got to go.
True. Maybe it's that time zone that's
yeah, he being
Canadian.
As I said, I couldn't remember if he's American or Canadian. Oh, Murph, that's not going well.
He's
Really?
right, we'll gather that.
Yeah, if that was me, that would have been the wall. Well, several walls, actually. Ping pong effect going on. Oh, Murph! No, that hasn't gone well.
No.
Oh, Matster, you did.
Position.
Yeah, Matster did well to keep that out of the ball.
He has.
Well done, Migzorn.
Well played, sir.
Opportunistic there.
That's that opportune moment of being close enough to get past if they make a mistake, but not that close that they'll collect you with it. So well played.
Indeed. Shaggy Dan's actually fallen to the back of this train now. Or was he before? I've forgotten. Now, moment of truth. Ripper is coming to the end of that back straight.
Indeed.
How much fuel did he... Oh, no. Grease Monkey, no.
Lava, where are you going?
And Shaggy Dan being very, very cautious coming through there. Which is fair enough, because it's difficult to know how the Lambo is going to... Oh, plenty of fuel on board indeed.
4.
Yeah, definitely don't forget to pit this time.
So I didn't quite catch what gap that was to Pity behind him, but I think it was about 1 minute 30. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come back out in the lead, I'd have thought.
I think so. I don't think it's going to be as dominant as it was looking at the very beginning of having 5 seconds a lap over everyone else.
No, Pity has definitely been much more on Ripper's pace, and Shaggy Dan was holding second for a long time. So as Pity's coming through the mini carousel now, that's how it looks. That's what a minute and a half looks like on track here. Onto the back straight again. Ripper going already. Yep, he's already on the go.
30 litres, which is a healthy 15 a lap. I think he only needs less than 13 by the looks of things, actually.
Christ, he
But
only
they had
lost.
4 litres at the end.
He's still just under a minute ahead. He only lost 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I take that statement back about not being quite as daunting as we thought at the start.
Wow. Well, the drivers were right in their pre-race prediction. That's rather impressive. And there is Pitty, 32 seconds ahead of Touring. Pretty comfortable second place at the moment. There is Touring, and then with 3.7 between himself and Shaggy Dan, as that pack of 3 has dispersed due to Grease Monkey bouncing off the wall. There's Shaggy Dan, 2.5 between yourself and the Rainbow Lamborghini behind. There he is, and you can see Storm.
So speed are we getting? So the Mercs are getting 265 or 270 out there. M6.
M6 ever so slightly quicker coming over the crest. Lambo, he's probably damaged himself when he bounced off the wall. He went in backwards at that point. Storm, similar story.
Storm's dropped a little bit off the back of that pack.
Unless the Lambo just isn't as strong here.
It's strange because certainly this section here, it should be really strong. It's one of the fastest cars that there are in the GT3 class in terms of straight line acceleration.
Capo
But
wants that
there is a
setup.
lot of twisty stuff, and it doesn't have any front wing to speak of. So, in terms of changings, and I think it is a relatively default, it is probably the equivalent of 0 or 1. Probably 1, I suspect, maybe. Of what others have maybe got the options of either 0, 1, or 2.
Oh, that's... Yep,
Oh.
I thought that was a little determined there, Stefan. But that's not going to help you. Capo then closing in for that 7th place.
He has gained a couple. He was just outside the top 10 in the kind of first half of the race, so he's gathered it back together again. We're doing 8 minute 20 laps there, so he's definitely got the pace on the guys around him. But he doesn't have an awful lot of time left. He might catch up to P6.
We'd have 6 seconds to close in. Well, it's possible. The lap time difference.
6 seconds faster than 0, Stefan in front of him, and 8 seconds quicker than Storm.
Exodus is in from 15th. I bet you that's
Indeed.
fuel. There it is. Yeah.
It most certainly is.
Yeah. So he was caught out because he had to pit very early in the race.
Yeah.
He won't be the only one.
No.
There's Jay in 9th place then. 7.8.
Solid result. Top 10.
Yep. And Neptune 7.8 behind. There he is. Free of anybody. With Lynholt 9 seconds behind. The only man with a penalty. It's not a nice distinction to have. Yes, indeed.
No.
Old Migzorn's got company in the form of
It's
Murph.
49 litres is a little
Tad heavy.
overdone, but
31 is kind of close to where you need to be.
yep.
Oops, that's the Audi running a little deep.
Is he going to have a run round the outside? He
go
is.
on.
Well played, Murph. Well played,
That
sir.
was very nicely done indeed.
And that's the time I want to get it at the end of the short circuit section, then into the twisty stuff where he can't get back fast again. And I think he's probably got the pace on him as well.
Even with the tricky Porsche there, by the look of how he was coming through the VDOL. That's Manster.
Should be good on corner exits.
Oh,
a
not-
slight scrape.
Yep, wants the wall to be green. There's Manster in 14th.
Clean looking Lambo.
35 seconds ahead of Trip. In the red and black Lambo.
31s.
Yep. As is Trip actually, 35 seconds down.
Indeed.
So I think he's had to pit at least twice in this race, sadly.
43 litres there, yeah.
TBW, there he is in the Mercedes 60. Wow, that's a lot of fuel at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
It's and Exodus, as we know, has just had to do that splash and dash. With Dorp 15 seconds behind. Here we go with Howie, very much on his own, heading towards the mini carousel now.
And But is he going to have pit? He is. He's only got enough fuel to get to where he is now on the next lap around, so he's going to have to come in again. I think he must have already been in before.
I wouldn't be surprised if he parked that one.
Well,
fair play if he doesn't.
Yeah, there's no point in parking it now. You may as well carry on to the end.
You never know what might happen.
Well, it's not. It's a little bit frowned upon just parking up because you're not going to get the points or whatever. You still want drivers to finish.
True, very true. The gap between Touring and Shaggy Dam, and looking at that at the moment for the last podium position, that is currently 1.5.
Oh, Shaggy!
You!
Well, I think that's about as close as you can get.
Certainly as close as he'd ever want to be. That was pushing his luck somewhat. Well caught. Capo still on the back of Zero Stefan. I thought he would have cleared him by now. This is just biding his time and waiting to do it safely rather than just banzaiing past.
Yeah.
Zero Stefan not wanting to relinquish the position. He's not obliged to by any stretch.
And that's the thing, you can be 6 seconds a lap faster than somebody and yet find it very difficult to get past somebody. Now, it's possible that Zero Stefan is actually doing 820s and just the last lap he had an issue, but...
True. Very, very true. So, Capo could actually be...
hard to pass people.
Yep, so Capo could actually be absolutely wringing the neck of the car at the moment along with Zero Stefan.
So Storm's done 828, Zero Stefan has done 822 and Capo 820.
So he's capable.
So not too far away.
Oh, that's well held.
Not going to help.
Not
going to help.
You always have that, and this is a moment I'm very, very familiar with, when you push the car too wide and just everything clenches.
But you know you're going wide before it happens.
Oh, yes.
Here we go, am I going to get away with it?
Yes. That's a scenario I've lived many, many times in my various racing challenges. Both Capo and Zero Stefan actually kind of riding the top of the carousel there. Neither of them gaining or getting away from the other. Continuing on their merry way now through the S's away from the carousel. There's Storm. I don't think he's in any immediate danger.
Litres. Definitely going to have to get a little drizzle fuel added into that tank.
Yep. And then so just unlucky of when he had to pit early on. He was caught up in the first lap melee.
Could he? He's got what? Just under 18 litres and he's probably 3/4 of the way through the lap.
That's...
Be 4/5 that would be through the lap. He only needs, 13
and a half was what was...
It could be
so
tonight.
close.
Maybe it's been fuel saving because I'm pretty sure that wasn't going to work before.
We were pretty convinced he wasn't going to do it, and he's going to be running that dry, so we will keep an eye on him. It really depends on how much fuel he has left when he gets to the end of the lap.
Yeah.
That Shaggy Down, I think, has certainly kept pace with Touring.
Yep.
So Touring can't just relax at the moment and just run his own race. He knows that M6 is there. Oh, that's awkward, such a horrible place to have a slow moment, because you then got that long back straight to carry that penalty.
Yeah.
And Capo's made a mistake somewhere. He's now over a second behind Zero Stefan. So he'll look to try and close that down along the back straight as Ripper has started the final lap of this race.
Indeed, just coming up towards the end of the GP circuit.
Yep, he is. He'll be leaving the Nurburgring for the last time in this race very shortly. Capo
will be in the draft at that range.
He's closing in, but he's not going to, unless he does the most mental banzai I've ever seen. He's not really going to have an opportunity to fly past, or is he?
No, not in that inch. That's too far for this corner.
There's not a big enough braking zone.
Unless he outbrakes himself.
Yeah. taking Zero Stefan with him. Oh, hello. That says Shaggy Down right on Twitch's case. Touring's case.
14 litres as Storm starts a lap, so he might get away with it.
But yeah, look at Capo and Zero Stefan. They've swapped positions now.
Yeah, indeed.
And yeah, oh dear, that's not gone well.
Now they swapped directions. Oh, Phil, that's not his fault.
He's slow.
No, he's slow.
Oh,
a little bit.
He did for a while. He's on kind of half throttle, so he's going to allow Zero Stefan through upon
to catch up, yeah.
But all eyes then on Shaggy Dan. Can he get that last podium position?
Need to go on defensive on the mare. It's going to be difficult to get there. Switch back, and then maybe another switch back on this one.
Oh no, he's going to go for an outside move.
Okay.
Well defended there by Touring then as they now come down.
He seems to have slight straight line speed though.
Very, very close. Yep. Now into the Vidal. And again, Touring
nice
really... Yeah. Oh, the tail got very loose on the BMW. Wants to get a decent run through the cut through. And again, nearly pushes the Mercedes over the crest now. Onto the Nords for the final time for these two. Big snap.
Defensive and just holding it on that kind of inside line to prevent that switchback.
Whoa.
Shaggy nowhere to go really, even though he had the pace to kind of sneak through there.
Indeed.
And then it's that last lap of, do I push and really go for it, or do I just bring her home for a nice solid 4th place?
Wow, Touring just drifting his car, coming through the last of these twisty sections before the long sweeping section here.
Either of them get air here.
That's up on this crest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the Merc certainly did.
Yeah. I don't know, I can't remember which car I drove the other day, but the front end would not come back down again.
Oh dear.
I think it was a Bentley, in fact. Front end would just stay up like...
Well, they did.
Motorbike wheelie style.
Of all cars, the biggest one of the bunch.
I know.
Oh, he's checking down, going to try something here. No, he thinks better of it through the Ironberg. But yeah,
I think it's just a case of keep the pressure on. Don't try and force your way through. But yeah. Oh, he's missing a rear wing.
Oh, yes, that's. Yeah, that's kind of resorting. Yeah, that's resorting back to a road car there.
Yeah.
So, any more issues with TPW?
Removing the rear downforce options, just like he's not got the. Oh, there we go. Good job, Mercedes crew. That was super quick.
Oh, so that so I know what it is. TPW's car's actually inflatable, and the nozzle they just connected is for air, not for fuel at all.
Fuel.
So just pop, there it is. Oh, Touring then coming through that chicane looked a little
squirrely.
And now it's coming through the Cannon hard.
Yeah, just keep the pressure on him, see if he makes a mistake, and if he doesn't, fair play, just bring her home for a 4th place. I know podium's nice, but the risk of dumping into wall grease monkey's only 4 seconds behind him, so it would not take much to drop 4 seconds a lap.
No, definitely not. There's
certainly not when you're following somebody in the dirty air as well.
Yeah, Shaggy Dan's tyres must be ruined.
I thought he just stopped for an ice cream.
Oh, the inflatable car is now underway again. Oh, Murph! That's another one that needs pumping up again.
Very.
Oh, that's not pleasant to look at. And that's so early on as well.
Final lap.
Yeah, there goes Matster. Oh, Murph. That's just frustration, isn't it?
30-second lead on
Trip.
Trip in 15th.
That's going to be hard work. It won't stay straight or steer quite the way he wants to. So, very much a dancing Porsche.
And yet the windscreen's okay.
Yep.
And it seems to be fairly straight-ish steering, but okay.
Unless he's just rinsed the engine, unless he's just on nose first.
Yeah.
Shaggy down, not letting go at the back of the Mercedes. Now heading. And the Shadow Realm counter goes up again. Yeah, the Shadow Realm claims another victim, so more phased pit crew. Is manned by
a lot of cars to pick out of that wall at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Lots of souvenirs.
Yep. Enough to rebuild their own car, I imagine.
You could build a Frankenstein car
Yeah.
out of 20 different GT3 cars.
Yeah, it's Lego in GT3 form.
Yeah.
Oh, Shaggy down! That's optimistic. I give you two. You still haven't hit the wall. That's amazing. That BMW has remained in such good nick. He has lost a bit of time on the back of Turing. Still enough of the lap to make it count, though. As Ripper, our race dominator, is coming to the end of the big straight. He need not worry himself on anything. I mean, you could pretty much just let go of the throttle, yeah.
Push it towards it.
Yeah. Or, fly around and reverse over the line, but he does not. Your winner for round 3, the Nord. I bet you're happy about it, Sunshine. Your winner here for the Nord. Yeah, a minute's lead just as he hits the line is, of course, the Ripper. Pity is just coming onto that back straight in the Audi.
Shaggy's got 2 seconds.
Oh, Shaggy down. He'll be furious about that. He's been pushing so hard and trying to get ahead of Turing all this time.
Even if he gets past him now, it'd be incredibly hard to get 2 seconds on top of him, above that as well. Certainly when he's get along the straight, and that's pretty much lap done.
So unless Turing throws it into the wall, so there's no sign of that.
And he'll know that Shaggy has a penalty, so he could almost even just let him go. Say, I'll just keep within 2 seconds and bring it home safe. But I would think he'll want that podium spot by rights.
Racing drivers are...
M6 is quite quick in a straight line.
Certainly under draft, so Shaggy down then jumps out. He's alongside the Mercedes. I did wonder whether he was going to push him off for a moment there, but didn't do so. Nice clean overtake then by Shaggy down.
Had he not got that penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can have it appealed, but by and large, those penalties tend to stay. The track limit ones tend to stay in place. But coming over the line in third is going to be Shaggy down. He's actually, he's given that position back.
Just in case.
Turing then is your third place man rounding up the podium. Shaggy down, great effort to be fair in the M6 in fourth. Grease Monkey.
Clean.
He did. One of the few cars that were. Grease Monkey also pretty clean Lambo there. Storm in the white and pink Lambo.
1.3 litres left.
Wow, I can't actually see that. That's behind the race complete sign. So.
It was just above it for me.
Storm, your maths.
0.9.
Oh, less than a litre when he crossed the line. Zero Stefan held off our championship leader coming across the line. Make sure you actually finish the race before you let go, sir. We've seen that happen before, Yorkie. So, Capo crosses the line in 8th with J. Cole in the Audi in 9th.
To be fair, I did it almost in the Touring, in the Jeanette League.
Oh, did you?
No, the Touring car one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I kind of stopped and slowed down.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did.
I remember now, yes. Neptune then rounds out the top 10 with Lindholt 11, even though he has that 10-second penalty. That's completely irrelevant because Migzorn was greater distance back than that. He will take 12th. Matster in 13th. That's a pretty clean number. So he's just that consistent. Good job. And over the line he comes. Murph, that's not a clean Porsche, but he's got Trip right with him. So Trip good. And Murph didn't even attempt that.
Does not want to be bouncing left and right on the fast part of the straight and just nuke somebody as they try and get past you.
So Tripp then is going to go through into 14th position. There he is in the black and red Lambo. With Murph crossing the line. Yep, restyled in the form of the road car, or perhaps a pace car. Oh, Exodus. What might have been? It's a clean looking Lambo, but it has been through the pits at least twice.
Yeah.
Over the line for you in 16th with Door. He's coming into his closest. We will actually have quite a long wait before S4 Howie makes it back, unfortunately. Over the line for Door. Where's DBW? Oh, it's DBW back there. So, where's Howie then?
Yeah, Howie's further back.
Oh dear. So I was right. It's going to be a very long wait for Howie, but he did continue. TBW. Oh goodness. Oh, it's bad enough for him, but S4 Howie still has
103 litres in his tank now.
Oh, that's being exceedingly safe. Maybe he plans to burn the thing when he gets it to barbecue time.
It was just the 90 minutes, not the 90 hours. Oh. Sliding.
Okay, that's an unusual line there, TBW. No one's watching. Yeah, but S4 Howie's still got half a lap to do.
Oh, it's,
that's not healthy.
The mouth's talking to us.
Very weird.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yes, it's attempted to eat the barrier once or twice too many times. There's always very weird front bumper physics in this game.
So, just having a quick wee look whilst we these boys to come and bring it over the line. So, Capo, let's see what has on the championships.
Ah, yes, do some number crunching.
So he has a 25-point lead over Dopey, who was not here today.
Well, Dopey did not survive. He was at the beginning, but did not finish.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So that's going to increase the lead with a 8th position finish. Murph is in 3rd. We know what happened to him in his little green shortened wheelbase version Porsche. Yep. Don't know. 15th he finished, brought it home in his points. Yes. And then we've got Door, also had a bit of a horrific race, of 17th, which is outside points, 16th at the top.
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's about that, I think. So, no points for some of these top boys. Grease Monkey did bring it in 5th in the championship, 10 points behind Door.
Oh, he'll
and
happily go up.
2 points ahead of Migzorn, who brought it in at 12th. And then we've got Midweek Coma, who didn't quite survive, fortunately, despite best efforts of soldiering on, then Trip. Didn't have such a great time at 14th. He's currently sitting in 8th in the championship. Pity is in 9th, so a second place one should bump him up. Also, he has 2 points up to 8th, and 12 points up to Midweek Coma, but Midweek not point scoring any. I think he could jump a few people there, to be honest. Probably, possibly top 6, top 5.
Wow, so there's a lot of championship reshuffling going on after this round.
Indeed. And Easy Neptune was not here.
Yes, he was 10th.
10. I do apologise. That's my McLaren.
Yes.
I apologise. And Dawu, who wasn't here.
Dawu wasn't here, no.
He's holding 11th in the championship at the moment. 21 points at the moment. And then below that, there wasn't many people. Howie is 18th in the championship.
And 18th.
And 18th on track. So, no extra points heading your way, I don't think. Top of my head.
Just to show how much he's struggled in that Z4, everybody, even without slipstream, has been hitting that crest where he just is now. Obviously, I'm using miles an hour, so that's about 169 or 168 or so. And it was 100 and barely over 150 for the third place.
Some lap times there before Howie crosses the line.
Well, everyone in the 8-minute range.
8:17s.
Goals. Howie didn't manage to beat 8:53. So that's gone horribly wrong for him.
Indeed.
But he made it. He beat the time.
He did indeed. Well played. So there is your positions. Top 3 of the Ripper, which was predicted by everybody in their in that tier. So I think Pity with a very strong second place there, with Shaggy being demoted down to 4th after a really strong start. We'll have to see if he wants to talk to us about that. It'd be nice to get an answer as to why 30 seconds mysteriously vanished there. At least TM Touring bring it home on podium as well for a crack result in the Mercedes.
Indeed.
Good job.
No one from our tier has yet made themselves available. And I'm always kind of reluctant just to pluck them out of the channel. Because,
I think we should. Yeah, go on. Do it. Do it.
Who shall we grab?
We have Ripper in to start with if we can.
Yes, we do need to.
Probably had a fairly boring race potentially. But...
Well, let's have a word with him. Let's grab him. Oh, all sound stopped there for a moment. I actually thought, oh, what's gone wrong? Of course, all that's happened is my game has returned to lobby.
Yeah.
So, right, let me just try that again. And we should have him. There he is, the Ripper. How are you, sir?
Good, thank you.
Enjoy that one, did you? You had kind of very little to do other than keep blitzing the lap times.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I had really luck for starting right at the top in the front. Otherwise, it would be eventually not that good.
So I mean, everybody in the tier had you pegged for doing well, for getting the win. Were you as confident? Were you certain you were going to be towards the sharp end, or were you just going to see how it happened?
It was quite good. The car feels good, and the setup was good, and yes.
Awesome. So, are you a Nords expert, or are you pretty confident you can keep this momentum going for the season?
What do you mean?
I would say, is Nordschliefe kind of your expert track, or do you feel that you can be towards the top end as the season continues?
Nordschliefe is definitely my favorite track of all time. Back in the old days of Gran Turismo.
Oh wow.
You've now set some expectations that you'll be winning every race by 1 minute.
By a minute.
So, you've got to keep up that standards, or is that not achievable?
No, I don't think so. Because I couldn't do every race. This is my first race in the season, and I don't know how many more races I can race.
Well, we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season, and we really do look forward to how the season develops.
Thank you very much.
Great effort. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, that was the Ripper then. He's our race winner.
Is Shaggy still around? I would like an answer on that.
Yes.
That's disturbing me a little bit.
And he is. Let's grab him. Is he going to be in mid-conversation? Shaggy Dan!
Wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Well, firstly, great effort to stay, right consistent, and your car looked absolutely showroom clean as well, unlike most other cars out there today. What kind of happened at pit stop phase? You did seem to lose a fair bit of time. What happened there?
Bathroom break.
The chat did call that actually as to whether that was what you intended to do. But
to be honest, though, I've also entered this season just for dueling and racing, and I knew if I was going to get in a situation like that where I was just in a limbo zone, I wanted to actually go. So I figured it made perfect sense. I was sitting in like a 30-second gap. I was about 2 minutes back to 9th place. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to the bathroom during the pit stop, come back out, and I'm actually going to be in the duel. And it worked out perfectly. So I actually had a lot of action from it. So
yeah, didn't you just? You certainly had your fair share of airtime. I can promise you that, because we were watching that battle very, very intently.
Yourself, TM Touring, and Storm were all kind of mixing it up and amongst each other. That was good stuff.
that was exciting. Scary.
How do you feel where do you think you sit as far as the season's concerned? Do you think you'll be towards the sharp end for the season to come?
Hopefully. I unfortunately I had connection issues for Silverstone. I was really actually looking forward to that race. Usually I'm not a huge fan of that track, but for some reason the conditions and the soft tires really suited me. And then I ended up not being able to connect. I got in qualifying, kept disconnecting me. So we'll see where it goes. I like a lot of the tracks on this calendar. Nordschliefe coming up next, Bolton Park later on. So see how it goes.
I reiterate, you are a crazy, crazy man for loving those tracks.
Lots of fun.
Awesome. Look forward to it. Great to talk to you, Shaggy Dan, and hopefully we'll catch up with you as the season progresses.
Oh, thank you.
Tim Turing has made himself available, and there he is. Hello, Turing.
Evening.
Your car looked a little bit reshaped quite early on.
Yeah, I had a few issues. I think it was ping that I had in the first couple of laps.
Yeah, you were rather dancing somewhat.
I mean,
But you did the honourable thing and let people through by the looks of things, because I was seriously concerned. I thought, is this going to end horribly wrong? Because you did disappear for a short period of time and then reappeared right in front of everybody, which is always very scary. And at Nords, even more so. But no, fair play, you kind of let them through, and in the end, you brought her home to a podium position, so well played, sir.
Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what was going on my end, because I saw the cars dancing around, but I wasn't disappearing or getting any lag spikes. That's why I kind of soldiered on to see what would happen. But if someone called it out, I probably would have just quit.
How are you feeling ahead of the season? Do you think you're going to be towards the sharper end as the season continues?
I mean, with that race, I certainly felt like I've matured since season 9. Because those last few laps, I felt I wasn't as nervous as I probably was beforehand, especially in other races. So hopefully, after those another board issues, and then I missed the first 2 rounds, see if I can try and catch up and claw my way hopefully into the top 10 in point.
Awesome. We look forward to it. Great effort there, Touring, and we look forward to seeing your progression through the season.
Cheers.
I think we can wrap it up at this point then,
I
Mr.
think that's a
Andrex.
good time, yes. Yes, I think so.
Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream. It's been a great pleasure to have you with us. Thank you to those catching up afterwards. Always a great pleasure. Thank you, Andrex, for joining me in the commentary box. Always a pleasure, good sir.
Can you unlock the door and let me out now, please?
Once I've unlocked the chain from under the desk.
No.
And we will be back next week for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.